Good. We're going to switch over to our other guests. And Bill Buell, you've been involved with journalism for as long as I can remember. And now you've got an author here who has been an author for as long as I can remember. So tell me about what you're doing.
Well, I am serving as the Schenectady County historian.
I know you are, yeah.
I retired from the Gazette in 2019.
Yeah.
And then was appointed county historian the next day. And part of that job includes dealing with the public, so I'm at the county library quite a bit. And then we had this special Monday series in November where I talked to some prominent folks in the capital region.
I think we had a picture of you with Philip Morris that I was able to find.
We had a good crowd at this past Monday for Philip. We had a great conversation with him.
I'm sorry I missed it because I really wanted to try and get there. Yeah.
And the week before, I opened it up with a conversation with Mark King, who's the executive director of the Mohawk Hudson Land Conservancy.
Yeah, Conservancy.
So that was very interesting.
Yeah. So who you have this coming up
I have
in
some
24?
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, he's amazing. You are a historian as well.
I am.
Can I butt in here for a second? Next Monday, I have Cassidy Lent, who is a Schenectady High girl who is now library director of the Cooperstown Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum.
Oh, wonderful.
So she's going to be here next Monday at noon in the McChesney room.
Wonderful.
And then the Monday after that, I have this Dave Pietrusza guy.
This guy right over here, okay.
Who's written so many books. I like to point out to people, I've written 3 books. And then I think of him. How many are there now, Dave?
Well,
set you up there.
Written, co-written, co-edited, and books for younger readers, and also big books like encyclopedias, co-edited, 2,300 pages, about 50.
50.
Oh, so wait, let's see, 350.
Yeah, I know. And then we're going to close out our series Monday, December 1st with Chris Hunter from my side.
Oh, he's going to be on the show today.
Is he really?
Yeah, he really is.
We're going to be talking about some of the great...
He's right over here, actually.
Some of the great works that the GE advertising artists did over most of the first half of the 20th century.
Yeah, amazing with that collection that they have. So, David, I know 50 books. I know that I think one of the earliest books that you were on the show, you talked was baseball.
Yes, that's how I started out in the business.
Yeah.
And so it started out very modestly with a modest. I thought it was going to be a newspaper or a magazine article, and it just growed into a book on baseball's Canadian American League, which Schenectady and Amsterdam were in it.
Yeah, the Blue Jays.
A lot of local history in that. Did a series of books like that, moved into baseball editing and history as a full-time position or profession, and then into the presidents and the presidential historian with elections, covering books covering the 1920, 1960, 1948, 1932, and 1936 elections.
And one of them was going to be in a movie, weren't you going to?
Well,
you were working on movie rights or something.
Well, there's options and there's films.
Yeah.
The Rothstein book about the gangster Arnold Rothstein, who had a gambling casino and racing stables in Saratoga Springs. That's been optioned several times. There's always interest in people trying to produce that, including some major players. We're hoping that we move forward with that. And then sort of out of the blue came a request from Walter Matthau's son, Charlie Matthau, to produce a film or series, it really should be a mini-series, on the book on the 1920 election.
Oh.
And he came up with some very interesting ideas on how to play with that, and which I shouldn't reveal because
Well, there's nobody, just you and me here.
Yeah, just right. But I mean, he's got some good ideas on that, and he just renewed the option, so the game is still afoot.
Yeah, and I know that I think the picture that we had of your book that you had sent me was Gangsterland. And I found that book to be very interesting because there's so many pieces to it that I was not aware of a lot of it and who was involved. And I mean, it's an amazing book.
Hell, I wasn't aware of it.
You weren't even aware of it, yeah.
But it's a walking tour of Broadway, Times Square really, and the Upper West Side of Manhattan, because that was pretty mobbed up in the 20s. And so that came about as sort of a sequel, unplanned, on the Arnold Rothstein bio, when I was asked to do a walking tour a long time ago, and kept the notes from it. Never throw anything away.
Never throw
it. Right,
well, Bill, I know that, Bill, you've done a lot with, in the Gazette I've seen, you know, where you do the historical photos and things. How does that come about when you do that?
Well, you might be referring to the Monday History page.
Yeah. Are you still doing that?
I'm not doing that. That's my friend Jeff Wilkins.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought you were involved with that, yeah.
Well, I give him some advice.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But he's still doing that for a while. He retired as well.
Yeah.
But I'm still writing an occasional history column.
I saw that,
or a feature article like on the Capital Region Veterans Memorial that was in.
That was, just recently, I think that because you're a historian, you're able to pull, I think, with all your guests to bring that out with the historical background. I know David's going to be an easy mark here because he's got so much going on. When you talk about, and of course Philip Morris, you're there. Now Cooperstown, that's an amazing place too, you know, the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I learned about this woman, Cassidy Lent, when we were putting up a marker for the Mohawk Giants at SUNY Schenectady last fall, or last summer, I think it was. And I was talking to somebody from Cooperstown, I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he said, you know, our library director is a Schenectady High kid.
I did not know that,
I said, who is this person? So he gave me her name and number. I gave her a call on the phone. Her parents still live in Goose Hill.
Oh, okay,
so she still comes here
Avenue
quite a bit.
A in that area,
And I'm looking forward to talking to her on next Monday.
Yeah, that's great. So how did you get your guests?
Well, it helps when you have 40 years in the newspaper business. You know people. Pretty much everybody I'm talking to is because I met them through my work as a newspaper man. I first spoke with him a while ago.
It helps when you barge your way in.
David's
so good.
He was doing a baseball book that I thought looked interesting, and I said, "Oh, this guy's pretty interesting." So I did a story or two on him, and
his books are very well researched, and I love the fact that a lot of times he'll put in there that I know who the characters are and what's going on in the books.
So it's fun. I really enjoy it.
Good.
You got to prepare and know some questions.
You're going to do it again next year?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
There's so many people that I'm thinking that could be interviewed easily, you know. Of course, you and I do a lot of the interviewing, so we do know who's out there.
I thought Philip Morris was going to be difficult with me.
He's an easy interview.
I was almost afraid to ask him. And he goes, "No, I'll do it. Why would you think I wouldn't want to do it?" I said, "Oh, great, Philip." And then we had a great conversation. I think
there were 50 people there, I think.
More than 50.
Or 40, okay.
Yep. And they saw a side of him which they didn't know. I mean, his father was a Greek immigrant. I ended it by asking him about his desk and his office.
Oh, and he doesn't have an office. I know that because I walked by.
He's got a little desk,
got a little tiny
hallway,
thing in a
up
corner
against the wall. It's incredible, and he
out in the open.
Right, yeah. And I just was I couldn't believe it, so I had to bring it up, and I ended my presentation with it last Monday.
Yeah. It's amazing. I think that when you do interviews like this, you bring out more of the person. It's not just the history, but you bring out the character of the person that you're talking to, and what they went through to get to where they are.
Right. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Something that
I
people didn't know just from reading their book. Something else.
I love interviews like that. So I hope that you continue.
That's why we started. In the old days, 5 years ago, We just invite somebody in and they would get up and make a presentation for 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then, you know, they might answer a few questions. And I just thought it
No,
sounded better with me sitting there with the person asking them questions and going back and forth.
Yeah.
And I have a pretty reliable audience, loyal audience. And right from the get-go, I can't remember who the first guy, might have been Jim Schaefer, the town of Rotterdam historian, who I actually sat down next to.
Yeah.
Or it might have been Paul Grandal. But people said,
Talked to Paul recently. Yeah,
that's
he's
so
an
much
amazing
better
guy.
than just sitting there and listening to somebody talk for 45 minutes.
Well,
It's easier for the speaker, too.
Yeah, it is. Well, you know, when people ask about coming on the show, someone said to me, "Oh, you don't ask questions and then get answers and ask the next question." No, I have a conversation with people because I don't know what you're going to say.
Right.
So I pick up from what you say and we have a conversation. And I think that a lot of viewers may not realize that a conversational interview is a lot different than here's my question, and here's the next question, and here it's like you lose the momentum of the engagement that you have.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why we call my program In Conversation With.
I love it.
Somebody came up with that idea. It
Yeah, I
wasn't
don't know
me.
who.
Somebody at the library. There's plenty
Maybe.
of good people over there.
But it's true. That's what it is. And I promote this show as being a conversation. We're not doing a Q&A here. So, I can't wait to go. Come and see
Okay,
you. Yes.
all right.
Monday, right?
He's
Mondays
on the
at
24th?
noon.
Yes.
The 24th, but
Cassidy
your Mondays at noon,
is
right?
next
For all
Monday, right, at noon in the McChesney room at
Good,
the
good.
Karen B. Johnson Downtown Library.
downtown, the main library.
Main
Good.
library. Yep.
Yes.
Good to see you
Good
both.
to see
It's
you.
always a pleasure to have
Thank
you both
you.
on the show. I love your books. So
Thank you.
it's good. Good. And we're going to go. I'm going to have a conversation with your other guy.
Okay.
Yeah.